helps us open our hearts sort of in honor of Valentine's Day. And this year we have a big backbend, a big heart opener, Urdhva Dhanurasana, or wheel pose. Wheel is just a majestic backbend. It opens the whole spine, it opens the whole front of the chest. It's invigorating, it's exciting, but it can be a little intimidating if you haven't tried it before because it is such a deep backbend. So we've got some good tips today to help ease into your wheel as you play with it in class. We can use straps and blankets both, and so we'll walk through some of those. Things to think in mind when you come into wheel pose is you want to have both your thighs and your shoulders really well warmed up, because this pose really demands a lot of strength both from the legs and a lot of mobility in the chest and the shoulders. So definitely playing with this pose towards the end of your practice really is the way to go. Okay, so to come into the pose, essentially it's the same setup as bridge pose. The legs are exactly the same, with one key difference is the arms. So the arms are going to reach up, and then your palms are going to come flat to the floor with your fingers pointing towards your shoulders. You want your hands to be close enough to the body that the heel of the hand can be flat on the floor, and you want to hollow out the underarm. So you want to create a little bit of space here in the underarm, and basically what's happening there is you're drawing your shoulder blade down your back. Critically important when you come into wheel that you want the shoulder girdle integrated and your back engaged. So heel of the hand on the floor, elbows hug into the midline. From here, just play with tilting the tailbone straight up and lowering down. It's the first step. Tilt up, lower down. From here, tilt the tailbone up, press into the heels and draw your knees forward. So you want to go long in the torso and the thighs. From here, press into the heels and lift your thighs up and back and come to the crown of your head. And this gives you a chance to reintegrate the shoulders and to make sure the feet are at least parallel, maybe even a little pigeon-toed. Often they pop out to the side. Strongly engage your upper back, press into the heels, and lift your chest towards the wall behind you. Making sure feet are parallel, making sure the arms are fully extended, and the heel of the hands are parallel with each other. Lift the chest a little bit more forward, keeping the front of the thighs engaged but the glutes soft. To release, hug the elbows to the midline, come onto the crown of your head, and slowly release out. So, hard to do that and talk at the same time. Okay, so that's sort of the full steps in coming into wheel. And I really encourage you to take it step by step. If you're bending enough, it's easy to sort of pop up into the pose, but over time that will really start to stress out your shoulder girdle and put a lot of pressure on your low back. So make sure everything is fully engaged. So now the little tricks, the tools. A nice option is to play with a strap. The strap helps you integrate the shoulder and engage the back. Keep the elbows hugged in. The only downside about using the strap is it's a little awkward once you fully come into the pose, but it really offers a lot of freedom. So same action. You're going to take the strap so the elbows hug in, and then you're going to come into your shape. Heel of the hands in. Nice. Tilt the tailbone up, knees forward, come onto the crown of the head. Shoulder blades drop down your back, lift up. And then lower down. So it's really nice support. Definitely grab a strap if you've noticed you have a hard time keeping the elbows in. The elbows hug out, again, a ton of stress on the shoulder joint. And then my favorite tool is to work up against the wall with a blanket. So if you know that the shoulders in particular are a little snug, a blanket is a fabulous way to come into the pose. It basically just gives you a little bit more space to open up the shoulders. Okay, so you're just going to take your blanket, place it alongside the base of a wall. Make sure your mat is up against the wall. And then you're just going to bring your heel heel of your hand onto the blanket, the fingers are going to touch the floor. And then all the same steps apply. Shoulder blades run down your back, navel to spine, tilt the tailbone up, knees forward. Press into the heels, press up, and then lift your chest towards the wall behind you. And there's so much freedom in the pose. Chest to the wall. Energize thighs, keep glutes soft. And then hug the elbows in as you lower your